Taking battle stations, I ain't on vacation. I'm just glowing up, living out aspirations. I beat the expectations and change the generations. And I'm still jumping fences, and you're just imitations. They're all in second places, but I don't look for praises. I play this life like a game, levels and stages. Let me paraphrase this, then do a couple pages. Watch this, watch this, watch this. Let me introduce you to a brand new thing. No one gotta prove to. You're looking at the king. This life may choose you, so raise your wings. Watch this, watch this, watch this. This is a brand new thing. They've been calling me man for 20 years, but it takes a little crazy when you're facing fears. No matter what you do, it never ever disappears. But I keep fighting like LeBron James Cavaliers. Just took another bite for the kill. Just did another one for the thrill. Made it my own way, free will. Watch this, watch this, watch this. Let me introduce you to a brand new thing. No one gotta prove to. You're looking at the king. This life may choose you, so raise your wings. Watch this, watch this, watch this. This is a brand new thing.
Yo, what's up, everybody? I'm Zayde Wolf. I'm here with my buddy Geoff Duncan.
What is up?
Woo, man, we just we had so much fun last week. We thought we'd come on and do it again.
Yeah. That intro. Wow. That's such a great
Yeah,
intro,
I made
man.
that today.
Yeah.
I thought the show deserved a proper intro since we're
deserves
running our own television station.
Since you're now like a network executive. You know what I mean? Dude, that was sick. I love the
good.
song. The chat is blowing up. Everyone's like, okay. That's
Yeah.
really cool. Really, really good.
It's good fun.
Here we are. Episode 2 of the Zayde Wolf live stream.
Episode 2. Thanks for doing
2.
this with me.
Oh, wouldn't miss it, man. So fun. Just listening to your music and hearing more of your story and just hanging out. It's a good time.
Yeah,
Love
yeah. So we're going to talk about today. We've got we're going to talk about the song "The Reason." Actually, the album comes out.
May 7.
Yeah.
This Friday.
The album comes out this Friday.
Neon
So
Blood Tape.
let's roll back to that.
Yeah,
Super pumped about this. This is like it's a 3-year process putting this one together. Definitely one I put a lot of time into this. A lot of songs. Had to chop a bunch of songs, but here we are. Made it to the finish line, I feel like.
Dude.
Or it's the next starting line. I can't
Right, yeah.
decide yet.
It's like a batting race, but you're the only guy.
Right.
Yeah, amazing.
And we're gonna talk about 3 main things today. 4, I guess. We've got questions from everybody. We want to talk about The Reason, the song. We're gonna show you some of the production that's inside the
Dope.
Pro Tools.
So fun. The giveaway.
The giveaway. That's right.
That is rad. You want to see that?
Yeah. We got the giveaway. And then finally, we have a trailer preview for The Reason music video.
You have to hang around for this because your mind is gonna be blowing.
It's pretty awesome.
It's crazy. It's so good.
I had really nothing to do with this music video, and we'll talk about that later on and how that actually came about. So
Amazing.
I actually get to. It's one of those things where I feel like I get to really brag about it because I didn't do any of it.
Yeah, that's dope. So cool.
Yeah. So
And then there's also the universe premiere of a brand new
right.
Zayde Wolf song, right?
that's right. So there's like 5 or 6 things packed in here. At the very end, we're gonna do a new song called "It's a Vibe," and that's gonna take us out in the outro. So make sure that you guys stay around for the whole thing. We're probably looking at maybe we got about a half hour, 40 minutes or so.
We'll see.
Probably all
Yeah,
together.
Yeah, see what
how it
happens.
goes.
Yeah, I love it, dude.
Could be like church and it goes to 2.
Say Wolf Church, sign me up. All right. Okay, well, some questions then, right? We'll jump in
Yeah.
in the traditional
Great.
manner. Let's hear from you guys. We've had a lot of questions since the last one about what is your personal favorite song from Neon Blood Type, and then your overall favorite Zayde Wolf song. Great questions.
Yeah, it's definitely hard to pick a favorite on the album. But I think probably I think Holy Water is probably my favorite on the new album, just because that one came in a place, like we talked about this last week. You can
Yes.
rewatch the last week's episode if you want, but it just came from a place where the album was finished, and then this new song basically came out of nowhere and just hit me like a hammer, and it just had to be on the album. So we stopped vinyl production, everything, in order to put that song on there. So
Wow.
it's definitely, one of my favorites on the album. But it's really hard to pick. There's a lot of variety, I think, this time around.
Some killer songs. But yeah, if you want to check out how Holy Water was made, then yeah, jump back to the previous episode and check that out, because Zayde pulls it all to pieces, and it's pretty awesome.
Cool, yeah.
All right, a couple more. Some of these usernames are very usernamey, but LSCJ Todd, what song would you choose to be the Z-Dub signature anthem?
Oh my God.
He's like, I think Rule the World would do it, which is an absolute anthem. He's probably not wrong, but have you got any thoughts as well?
That's a good one. I'd love. It's really hard to pick. I think what a cool one that people I think are overlooking is like a new Zayde Wolf anthem. I know some of those old ones are great, like Gladiator and Rule the World, right?
Huge.
Great songs. But I think a couple of them that people are kind of overlooking maybe as big anthems could be like Rumble. They hit a rumble. Like, that's just so fun. It's so fun to do.
It is.
So,
Yeah.
that one to me, I think, is like off this album. Like, that one could be like a new anthem for
That's
everybody,
right.
I think.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure.
I love that. Okay, one more, and then we're going to jump into the Pro Tools, okay?
Oh, cool.
Well, here's a question that has come in a few times in a few different ways. So, Al-Fayed Hussein says, which song of yours did you put the most time into? And sort of related question, Oliver Garrett said, which song was most difficult to produce? So
Yeah, they're kind of the same.
similar idea, yeah.
Yeah, kind of the same song, I would say, too. It's probably, for me, it's probably Madness on this new album, because I actually did the first version of that song back in like 2018, probably.
Wow.
Yeah, I did a version then. I did a version in 2019, and then I did another version in 2020. Maybe one of these days we'll release all of those.
Just an album of just that song.
They're very different, and
Yeah.
they tried, but I thought it's just not quite good enough, so I kept shelving it. But I really liked that title, so I just kept trying to write it. So yeah, that's a song that took years to actually get to the finish line on.
Wow.
So.
It turned out awesome. And the video
I love
is
that one.
crazy.
Yeah, with Jordan
I mean-
Sutherland just doing all those slam dunks. Make sure you check out the music video for Madness if you haven't. It's on the channel. Yeah.
Just gravity is a thing, except for that guy. You know?
I watched that dude jump from the free throw line and dunk it about a dozen times in a row. And we see that as like a Michael Jordan thing, right? Where it's like Michael Jordan did that in the dunk contest, and other guys can do it, but it's sort of an iconic thing for that 1980s
it's
era.
surreal.
Feel, right?
It's crazy.
This guy just did it over and over again. Like it wasn't even a thing. Even under his legs while he was doing it.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Huge.
Cool.
Amazing. What do you say? Should we jump into Pro Tools? Let's dive into The Reason, which is an amazing song. Do you want to play us a little bit of this jam? And then we can dive into your Pro Tools.
Yeah.
What do you think, man?
Let's do it. Yeah, let's play a little
All
bit here.
right. Audio. There we go.
We lost
yeah,
audio for a second there.
Right.
So maybe back to here. Oh, now we got it.
Okay, cool.
Wild. Here we go.
I've been here before, I know the lies. I've been here before, I've seen the sky fall. The sky fall on me. The way tries though. This is the reason we rise, we rise. This is the reason we rise, we rise. This is the reason we rise. This is the reason we rise, we rise. No turning back. No turning back.
Yeah. Let's stop that there.
Wow.
Oh, I know why it's muting us. It's this. Let's delete that.
Oh, you've got some automation. at
There's
the top of
automation on the
song.
master.
Okay, right.
Okay,
yeah,
that's
makes
what's
sense.
screwing us up.
Okay, cool.
Now we're
technical,
there.
technical problems.
yeah, man.
No worries.
This song is another one of those ones that I had Jason and Nikki sing on.
Yeah.
I actually went through and I had to submix that because there were so many tracks of the choir vocal, but we rise, so good. Let's
Oh man.
We rise. This is the reason we rise. This is the reason we rise. We rise.
Yeah.
No turning back.
their voices are so good,
It's amazing. It's amazing.
so good.
Wow. How many tracks did you bounce that down from? How much
Probably,
was
I
there?
think there was like 16 or so in total from that, probably.
Man, sounds amazing.
Yeah, just for the sake of this session, it was like just kind of making everything a little too big for it. So I just got it bounced down for that stuff.
Man, Jason and Nikki, they rule.
Yeah,
They're
yeah.
insanely cool. I don't know. It's a Zay Wolf song, so go up to the red stuff. Let's see the drums.
You know what's cool about this song? This might be one of the first songs that there's no drums whatsoever until the first drop.
Yeah, that's cool.
There's a couple of little like boomy things here that
Okay.
happen, you know, right? So some of this stuff kind of happens in the verses to give it some tension,
Right.
right? But
But they don't even get to be red because they're not the real, real drums.
Purple.
Yeah, purple.
yeah. But so the first drop has this beat drops in. Yeah, this one is. What's cool about this, the tom part. I got those. I've got those 8 concert toms, and I think I picked maybe my 4 favorites for this song. Set them up in the drum room over there, but you can't see. Can you see it on this camera? No, you can't. It's right across. But I recorded those. That's all live in the room in there. I wanted something that felt like, you know, like Phil Collins.
That's all anyone wants from their Tom Phil.
Yeah. Yeah. Nonsense.
Wow, sounds amazing.
I think
dude.
the snare drum part is from that section too. Yeah. Yeah.
Beautiful.
It's kind of
And
silly
so
on
that
its own.
ambience is the ambience from your space, right? This
Yeah,
is just
absolutely.
absolutely the sound of those drums in that room, which is cool because that's not something you had in your other studio. In this
No,
new
yeah,
place, you
right.
have that, right? So
Right. I think it's something to note is that I did about half of this album in my old studio, and then we moved into this new house and studio almost exactly a year ago.
right.
And so there were some new things to explore in here. Getting that drum room figured out was awesome because I didn't have a drum room in my old place.
Right.
So did that and recorded so some of the songs have that. Some have a lot of that stuff on there from
Love
the
it.
space. Yeah.
Sounds amazing.
Yeah, yeah. It's like that, and then what's going on over here? The chat room's going
Yeah,
crazy.
it's fine. I'm trying to keep an eye on it. Like, it's really hard to pay attention to the Pro Tools and read everyone's stuff, but it's so nice to hear from you all, and we'll try and answer people and sort of go back through, but we'll keep an eye out while we work through this Pro Tools. So, I mean, what's next here? You've got some
Some of this is kind of cool the way I think this turned out. I had this really nasty like 808 bass that I wanted to use in the song. So instead of live. But I felt like as I think the low end is kind of peeled off. See, in the EQ, the low end's peeled off because it was getting like the way the distortion was happening, it was making it very unclear. So I added this other track, the clean one you can see on screen. Oh, wait. Go back to here. Back to Pro Tools, sorry. The clean 808 gives it that low octave below. So it's
without blowing up. So it's clean and focused.
Yeah.
And you've got all that happening on the top.
I mean, it's large. It took me a while to get it to sit in the mix right, but... And then when the big drop comes, there's a couple of other things. What's this one called? Crazy bass? Okay. What's it sound like? Oh.
That's crazy, yeah.
But that kind of blends in nicely with these guitar parts, though, right? This, where are these
Loud?
nasty guys?
Guitar loud. I was like going to ask you about guitar loud.
Yeah.
So, talk to me about guitar loud. Anytime something's a guitar and it's loud, I love it. Is this, you had a trick that I think we might have found it, or you found it when we were working on a song together a few years ago, where you just stacked up 3 of the same plug-in with it just mashed, and it sounded amazing. Now, is this that, or is this a different trick that you've got going on here?
It's similar to that because I'm basically taking there's no amplifier.
Okay.
The guitar is running directly into Pro Tools, and then, or actually into the preamp in Pro Tools, or in the Apollo actually.
Right.
And I think it's the 1073 UA Neve pre. So it's clipping some in there, and then I'm just using. These are plugins that come in with Pro Tools.
Okay.
Which sometimes I go and I'm like, oh, it has to be this different plugin, but this is like a lot of the sound for this. It's just these two.
Yeah. That looks like a rat pedal.
It is. I think it's
Looks
like an
like a
emulation
rat.
of that.
Wow.
But it doesn't really sound like a rat. So
Just has its own thing.
yes, that's why I kind of like it. Because it kind of, it's not really awesome. If we bypass these, I'm sorry, hold on. Let me get some of this off the screen. Yeah, let me bypass these, and then you hear. You can hear it clipping the preamp
Still
a
a
little
rad
bit.
vibe, actually.
Yeah.
That's
Sometimes it doesn't have to be good.
good. That's a good vibe. Love it.
Somehow it works.
That's a vibe.
Yeah.
That's killer.
So that kind of. So if we play that whole drop again.
Right on.
Which. Yeah.
Hypocrites try to get up on me. Demons come, they'll try to harm me. Try to hide, but I think they saw me. But I ain't giving up, no. My real friends, they all know the flaw me. Hit the text, hit me, can you call me? Here I go, new day upon me. This is the reason we rise. This is the reason we rise.
Actually, my wife called me yesterday, and she's like, "Hey, what's the lyrics in the bridge of this song?" She was like, "What?" So yeah, it's kind of this little.
What are they?
Well, she was asking about this part.
But I ain't giving up, no, no. My real friends, they all know the flaw me. Hate to text, hit me, can you call me? Here I go, new day upon me.
It actually says, and I can hear now. I'm like, oh, you can't really tell what I'm saying. It says,
My real friends, they don't know the flaw of me.
they do know.
Oh, they do know
they
the
know
flaw
the
of me.
flaw
Okay,
of
right,
me.
yeah.
I hate to text. Hit me, can you call me?
Yeah. Love it. That's great,
It
dude.
doesn't really make any sense, but
I love it.
It's just got a
You
thing.
sing awesome, man.
Oh, thanks, bro.
Dude, right?
Appreciate
Far
that.
out. Wow.
Appreciate that, man.
That's a vibe.
Yeah, we got that.
Pianos and some of the stuff, because it gets kind of spacey there for a second. So what's going on in amongst that stuff? That's creating such a nice mood.
Right. There's like a couple of piano parts.
Yeah.
And then there's
is
this
that
sort of
piano? Did you cut that piano?
I didn't have that piano in the studio yet when
you made this?
When I
Yeah,
made
sweet.
this. So
Sounds great.
this is, oh gosh, this is a really cool thing. What plugin is this? It's something in, nah, forget it. You don't get to know. It's kind of this vintagey Stranger Things type
Oh yeah.
vibey
Sort of swimmy
background.
kind of. Yeah, that's cool.
Right. And then mix that with actual BBC strings.
Right.
The
They sound beautiful. Man.
the BBC strings from
Is that Spitfire stuff?
Spitfire.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable. It's so good. It's just yeah.
It's not overly hyped. It sounds really just natural. That's so good.
There's a couple things that aren't the BBC strings in that group. I think that brass is actually not just because I needed something that was harder than theirs.
Right.
Theirs is so nice and sort of unprocessed.
Unwolfish.
Yeah,
Still need it to have some teeth.
We had to give it some teeth.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Amazing.
that's kind of like a lot of the song. The intro has a kind of a neat. Oh, not this. This guy. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a vibe, man.
Yeah, I wanted something that actually felt like some type of arpeggiation that kind of went in like a hip hop song.
Yeah, right.
Because I just felt like that felt right for this. And I was just playing around with it. I just found those like 5 notes and then sort of tripped it out and
Feels
I feel like
awesome.
it-
I
it
love
could
that
really
it brings that sort of hybrid sound. Like, I love how you do that, like bringing 808s into rock sort of feeling music and, sort of hip hop, sort of almost like Juice WRLD or something into the front of it. It's a dope vibe. It's
Like,
really
why
cool.
not?
It's interesting, right?
I think there's been moments where I feel like during the production process where I'll do something like that and I'll feel like it's too much. It doesn't feel right to us anymore. And then other times it's like that's exactly what it needs. So I'm always trying to experiment, but sometimes it's too much.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's too safe too. So
gotta change it up.
Try to keep pushing.
Change it up. That's awesome, dude. I love it. I'm seeing the chat blow up, and that's so cool that you all are hanging out with us. I'm going to jump back into some questions, and if you all have questions, feel free to hit us on the YouTube chat down there. Oh, this is a great question. We're kind of just talking about this right now. Maria is saying, what other music genres do you intend on exploring in the future? Perfect.
I would love to work with some guys and girls who are in the sort of EDM house music production.
Yep.
Like do some vocals for tracks like
Top
that.
line on big EDM
Yeah,
songs. That'd be
yeah.
amazing. EDM
Yeah.
anthems meets Zayde Wolf would be a vibe.
I would love to
listen
do that. I've talked to a couple of guys about that, and we've passed some songs around. We just haven't landed the plane yet, but I would love to do that, and I would love to have more. I have some ideas to do some more collaborations with hip hop type stuff as well.
It feels like such a good fit for what you're doing, man. Dope.
Excuse me. Yeah, man. I think it could be fun. I think that's kind of what the future is after the album, and I don't know exactly when I'm going to start that because I feel like I've been working on this for 3 years and
Have
I'm
a
like,
holiday.
I need a vacation
Yeah.
at some point.
I'll meet you in Florida.
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's do it. Okay, cool. We'll do a YouTube from Florida.
All right.
We're on the beach and we're not listening to any music today, but here's us on the beach. Sweet, bro. Awesome. Amazing. Would you ever do country music? Damien is asking.
Probably not, Damien.
Probably not, Dave.
Probably not,
Sorry,
unless
mate.
it was like, I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't say that.
Yeah.
I think my instinct is no, but I think maybe there could be a situation if a country music artist wanted me to have work produce a song for them and
Yeah, right.
feature on it. Yeah, I shouldn't say no to that. Like if it's the right thing,
If the
Let's
song
see.
feels dope and it's a
Yeah.
good vibe, right? Yeah.
I think so.
Kill it. Maybe, Damo, you'll get your wish. Greetings from Russia. Man, these
Hey.
greetings from Brazil. There's people all
about it?
over. This is so cool. You're all awesome. All right. We have a giveaway.
That's right.
Can we talk about, should I hit this button?
Pull it up.
Boom. There's a giveaway. It's got some insane stuff. Zayde, tell them about the giveaway.
Yep. So we're doing a giveaway for this. As you can see here in the picture, we got a T-shirt, we got a vinyl, we got some stickers, we got a couple of cool things that are like amazing. I've just bought I didn't bring it up here, but I just bought an iPad Pro, and that's going in the giveaway as the grand prize with this other
Amazing.
stuff. And then we also have this limited time coloring book. You'll be able to buy it too if you want. It's a 13-page coloring book, and it's Zayde Wolf reimagined into like a 1980s He-Man coloring book. It's great, guys. On the next one we do, we'll bring up a couple of pictures that are in the coloring book. You can see here. Can we make this?
Probably drag it. Yeah, there we go.
Let's make it bigger. You can kind of see here. Sorry, it makes me laugh. You can see me smashing the robot skeleton there. So all the pictures look like that, of course, but they're not colored. But it's crazy junk like that.
That is amazing.
So-
Oh, stickers, record, T-shirt, iPad Pro, coloring book, vinyl. It's
Let's
unreal.
do it.
Yeah.
Yep,
Enter at zaydewolf.com/giveaway, right?
that's right.
Yep.
That's right. ZaydeWolf.com/giveaway. Yes,
Love it.
sir.
US only. For right now, we can
That's
only
right.
do US only.
That's right.
Regrettably.
We can only do U.S. only, and it comes down to some shipping things. To tell you guys the truth, that's what's the hardest part about it. Yeah, last year I tried to send something to a fan in Turkey. We tried a couple of times and it never delivered, and so it's difficult.
That's tough.
So
don't
we
want to frustrate people.
Yeah, for sure.
Mr. Piggy Tree says, I really want to be part of a giveaway, but I don't like you on Spotify. And I'm like, well, what do you want us to do? Like, go
part of the
like them on
giveaway?
Spotify.
Yeah,
I mean,
you
it's
can.
not- just go
you
and like
don't-
them.
I
You don't
don't-
have to like them on Spotify, but if you did, it probably won't make a difference to the giveaway, but it'd be a nice thing to do. 'Cause
Yeah.
he's the man, and it all helps, right? When you
Yeah.
share the songs, when you stream the songs, when you tell your friends about what Zayde is doing with his music and sharing all his tricks about how he makes his stuff sound dope, it really helps his thing, So
Yep,
share
for
the
sure.
love,
For
real.
sure, we appreciate it.
Thank you, Mr.
I
Peggy Tree.
appreciate it every time someone, shares and gives me a shout out on social media. Still, it's amazing. Yeah.
Oh, and Kiwi says, do you want to see pictures of the art if we color it? Oh, I think that's a heck yes, right? Get that tag going. Tag that.
Yeah, I'll definitely if you send me pictures of it in email or preferably on like Instagram or Twitter, it's a little easier. If you send me a colored photo, I'll definitely be
So good.
reposting those.
I'll be sending in my colored photos. That'll be good.
Can't wait.
I bet. Okay, so that's the giveaway. We have a real special treat coming at you now. A teaser for an incredible new music video coming out. Dustin, why don't you tell us a little bit about this one?
Yeah, so we've got a teaser for the music video for The Reason. It's basically like a 3.5-minute mini movie. I hooked up with a young director. His nickname's Oreo, from France, from Paris, France. He hit me up on Instagram. We'll tell a little bit more about that
Yeah.
in just a minute. But we wanted to show you guys the teaser for this. We're going to release this within the next couple of weeks. We don't have an exact date on that yet.
Okay.
But we did want to show you guys the teaser for this because I think it's something you might be excited about. So, the world debut of the teaser.
Should we hit it?
We should hit it.
All right, guys, here we go.
Okay.
Wow.
What do you think is gonna happen?
I'm excited. I've seen it, and I'm just excited to see what everyone thinks of it when they get to see it.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Like, okay, so we're on location, right? Tell us, where is this filmed? How did this happen?
Yeah, really. So Oreo hits me up and he sends me his reel, like of the stuff he's directed. And at first, I'm sort of apprehensive because, like, I don't know the guy. He's in France. We're in the middle of 2020, COVID pandemic, and he's talking about making a music video. So I'm like, he keeps sending me all this great stuff that he's made, and he's a fantastic young guy. So we start talking about it, and I'm like, well, look, I have a budget for these music videos, and they really have to stay within that, because if not, things get blown up, and it's really hard to sort of recoup the investment on your music video, right? If it gets out of hand. So I told him what my budget was, and it wasn't much. And he was
He
like,
laughed at you. No,
he didn't laugh,
No.
but he was like, he said, let me hit you back in a few days.
Okay.
So he hits me back in a few days, and he's like, I can do it for that amount. And I'm like, or actually, before that, he sent me what he thought he wanted the music video to be about the song. So I sent him some of the songs. He picked The Reason. He picked The Reason, and he sent me like a treatment for it, which is basically, all of these ideas to shoot this thing of this, and you guys saw it. And I'm like, I send him my budget, and I'm like, I know there's no way you can do this for that budget. He's like, give me a few days. So he comes back and he says, I can do it for that. All these people want to get involved. Everybody wants to.
Amazing.
So we had he had a whole cast and crew of about 40-something people for that.
Wow.
They shot it in on a farm outside of Paris over the course of 3 days. We have an incredible behind-the-scenes video that I'm going to put out about it as well, that they shot there. It's all subtitles because it's all in French. I had nothing to do with this video besides giving him a little bit of direction, but the kid's a genius. Like, he's going to go really far.
Wow.
Yeah, so I'm hype about it.
Amazing.
It's so fast. Let's just play it one more time.
Okay, yeah.
Yes, sir.
Mate, that is intense. Eh?
Yeah,
it's cool.
It's fun. It's fun. So, yeah, that's about it, right? What else we got?
Man, that's great.
We got a new song to debut.
We got the new song. That's kind of the main thing that's left to do. Let me see if I've got any more questions coming in. Oh, yeah, there are a couple more questions if I can sneak them in before we roll.
Let's do it.
Okay. How do you know when a song is finished? What's the goal? And you have to answer this one because it's from your wife, Miranda.
Miranda jumped on. She got priority boarding, didn't she?
She did. She got in straight in the A group, my friend.
First class.
Yeah, first
priority.
class. Yeah, it's a great question, right? So how do you know when it's done? Because obviously when it's just you sitting up in this amazing lab with all these instruments and stuff to play with, you could just kind of keep messing about on songs forever, right? So how does it, how do you arrive at the conclusion that, this is ready, I'm good to go, this feels done?
I think that it comes down to almost like an instinct. It's sort of an intangible thing where I just sort of know that I feel like I'm at the finish line. Just like when I know that the song it needs something else or something needs to be re-recorded. Like, I think once I don't feel like that anymore, then I can say the song is done. But that doesn't necessarily mean the song is great either. It just means the song is done. So sometimes there's a weird place between, all right, finished it, it's pretty good. I don't know.
Right.
Maybe we'll rewrite it at some point, but it feels like it's done for now. And then sort of knowing you finished it and knowing that you've made every part as good as it can be.
Right.
I think that's when it is. Like when you want to try a new option in a song and you realize, no, it doesn't we don't need anything else. Like it starts, the song sort of starts shutting you down on your ideas. It's like
That's
it just
interesting.
knows, like from a kind of like a holistic point of view.
So it's kind of like just learning to trust that creative self that you are, to be like, I think it's good. I don't have to second guess any more of this stuff. I think it feels good, and just letting that settle.
I think so.
Man,
I
that's
think
cool.
so.
It's hard to do sometimes.
It is,
Yeah.
and some of them hung around a long time, and other ones have been like
Well, Madness, right?
madness.
What were we saying, like 9 versions or something?
Yeah, a lot of versions over the course.
And so
of
obviously
several
that
years.
hadn't got to that place in you where it felt like, okay, this is settled and I know it's done. So you just kept at it.
Yeah, I think the first 2 versions that were like finished versions of the song, I was like, this just isn't good enough to release, but I like the title, so I chucked it. On a couple of those songs, a few of the verses ended up being in other songs because I liked the lyric, so I just sort of repurposed some lyric from those early
Right, but it
versions.
wasn't a good fit for where you were taking that song in that moment. That's cool. And then also, oh, my laptop's died here. 1 second. Come on, computer.
He's back.
Yep. Oh, great one. Kat Surnot says, how has COVID affected making your music?
Well, I think that since I pretty much do almost all of it here in the studio by myself, like it hasn't really affected me like creatively, but I definitely felt throughout the last year that like hanging out with other creative friends and sort of missing bouncing things off of each other just even for no reason, like a lot of that was gone. So like the sort of community of, you know, encouraging someone or someone encouraging you, that part was sort of detached.
Right,
So I
yes.
think that was the thing that was from last year was the hard part.
Yeah,
Probably for a lot of us.
I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah. Man, relatable. Dude, well, thank you for sharing. Thank you for the questions. Thank you for hitting this chat. We will have to go back and read these and maybe comment on the YouTube and take them into account for future episodes. It's hard to keep up when there's just 2 of us. We probably need to grow our network to have a producer sitting over there. But this was episode 2 of the Zayde Wolf live stream. Thank you so much for joining us. We're going to head out on a brand new song. Dustin, take us out, man.
Yeah, we're gonna head out on It's a Vibe. The album comes out on Friday, everybody. Let's go.
Neon Blood Type.
Pre-save it. Put those songs in your playlists. Go for it.
Tell your
Share
friends.
it.
Yes.
Let's go. All right. See you guys.
Just a lost boy, I might never ever grow up. Dream in my head, and I know I'm gonna blow up. I follow to the moon like a rocket, it don't slow up. It don't slow up. Sharp dress suckers, yeah, you know we gonna show up. Never break a sweat, got the music we can turn up. What's your favorite drink? We can keep it all blowin', all blowin'. Put the windows down one more time, 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 time. 'Cause we can do this all night. It's a vibe, it's a vibe. Keep it on all summer, hold your glass to the sky. It's a vibe, this is how we ride. Here it's calm like thunder, we be living so high. It's a vibe, it's a vibe. We were born from the under, now watch us, we can fly. It's a vibe, this is how we ride. Suit and tie, all done up now, we don't even try. It's a vibe. Charge it to the room, yeah, you know that you can feel me. Run me through the course if you wanna try to drill me. I'm out of age, high, but I run that 40 if you feel me. Do you feel me? From LA to Japan and just style, keep it chillin'. I'm not a samurai, but I really made a killing. I'll show you the way if you show me that you're willing. Are you willing? Yeah. Put the windows down one more time, 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 time. 'Cause we can do this all night. It's a vibe, it's a vibe. Keep it on all summer, hold your glass to the sky. It's a vibe, this is how we ride. Here it's calm like thunder, we be living so